So, second part of the nephron is proximal convoluted tubule, PCT. So, coiled tubule that leads from the renal corpuscles, twisted around itself and it's present in the cortex region, is lined with cuboidal ciliated epithelium. The cells have numerous microvilli to increase the surface area. So, mitochondria are concentrated near the basal surface. So, that allows reabsorption of salts by active absorption. So, active absorptions required energy. So, that's why mitochondria provide energy for this absorption. So, it's transport glomerular filtrate from Bowman's capsule into the loop of Henle. So always remember the functions of PCT. Okay. Third part of nephron is Henle's loop. It's in the form of a U-shaped loop containing from PCT. It descends down from cortex into medulla region and again returns back after forming a loop. So it has two parts: descending limb of loop of Henle and ascending limb of loop of Henle. So descending limb of loop of Henle is relatively thin and long and is freely permeable to water. Note this point there, freely permeable to water. So it's lined with flattened cuboidal epithelial cells with very few microvilli and mitochondria. Second is ascending limb of loop of Henle is comparatively thicker and is composed of flattened cuboidal epithelium with sparse microvilli and mitochondria. So it's impermeable to water and sodium chloride. Again remember this. So descending limb is permeable for water and ascending limb impermeable for water and sodium chloride. Next part of nephron is distal convoluted tubule. So it's second coiled and twisted tubule that continues from the ascending limb of loop of Henle. It's located in the renal cortex and is relatively shorter in length. So it's lined by cuboidal epithelium. And next is collecting duct. So collecting duct DCT continues into a short straight collecting tubule. It is also present in a renal cortex. Collecting tubules of many nephrons open into a large collecting duct which passes downward from cortex to medulla region. So it's lined by cuboidal epithelial cells also. Ducts of Bellini. Number of collecting ducts join to form the large ducts of Bellini in the medulla region, so which run through the pyramids and ultimately open in the renal pelvis, draining all the urine collected from various nephrons. Next part of this, vasa recti. So friends, you absolutely understand actually what vasa recti. What is vasa recti? So these are parallel, wide, thin walled and straight capillaries. You just look in the diagrams for two capillaries, artery and veins. Arise from capillaries that arise from the afferent arterioles and run parallel to the loop of Henle and the collecting ducts in medulla. From medulla, they loop back into the cortex region and finally drain into the venule. Vasa recti help in a retaining reabsorbed ions and urea by the medullary interstitial fluid, thereby maintaining its high osmolarity or high osmotic pressure. Their parallel arrangement help in the concentration of urine in the loop of Henle. So, vasa recti are types of capillaries. You just look the all parts of nephrons, Malpighian's body, or we can say the nephrons. Just you look the when Malpighian's tubules labeled that it is the glomerulus part and proximal convoluted tubules proximal convoluted tubules, and loop of Henle, medulla region, distal cortex region. So always remembers that glomerulus are present in the cortex regions, renal cortex, and rest of the part is present in the medulla, renal medulla regions. Distal convoluted tubules, collecting ducts, medulla, Henle of lobes. Before discussing about types of nephrons, we will talk about uh, different types of epithelium present in the different parts of a nephron and their functions. So most important points or most important functions of the epithelium. So you just comparatively, if you want to draw, so you draw the three column. First column part of nephron, second column types of epithelium, and third column functions. So part of nephrons. So part of nephrons, first one is proximal nephrons, means have two parts or three parts. First, Bowman's capsules, glomerulus, or proximal convoluted tubules. So first, Bowman capsules. Now we talk in types of epithelium in Bowman capsules. Simple squamous epithelium have a unique cells called podocytes. So you understand in Bowman capsules, the squamous epithelium made and have lot of cells, podocytes called them. Functions of this type of epithelium: allows filtration of blood, most constituents of plasma can pass through. Okay, so next, glomerulus, endothelium, lining of capillaries. Endothelium always making the line of capillaries. So second, proximal convoluted tubule PCT, cuboidal epithelium with numerous microvilli, mitochondria concentrated near the basal area, so allows the reabsorption of salts by active transports. So though earlier already we had discussed about in proximal convoluted tubules, numerous microvilli presents, mitochondria presents near the basal area. Why mitochondria presents? Because in this tubules active transports takes place, so need energy, so that's why mitochondria present. Second, loop of Henle, flattened cuboidal epithelium, sparse microvilli and mitochondria. All two things. Mainly reabsorption of salt and water. Earlier had discussed about water and sodium chloride. Third one is distal nephron, distal convoluted tubules and collecting duct, cuboidal epithelial cells both. So DCT reabsorb remaining water, it's the function, and collecting duct little absorption of water. So in this way, if you want to write, so to write the types of epithelium present in different parts of the nephrons. So most essential, always one questions came from this area, epithelium. So next we will talk about types of nephron. Types of nephron means there are two different types of nephrons according to their position in kidney. These are juxtamedullary nephrons and cortical nephrons. Juxtamedullary nephrons and cortical nephrons. Majority of nephrons are cortical nephrons. Their loop of Henle is to short and extend very little into medulla. So the juxtamedullary nephrons have very long loop of Henle and run deep into medulla. So friends, here you just write down a questions differences between juxtamedullary nephrons and cortical nephrons. So first of all, we talk about all 4 points of juxtamedullary nephrons. After that, cortical nephrons. So you can write if you want to. So first point about juxtamedullary nephrons have long loop of Henle. When you see about juxtamedullary nephrons, so loop of Henle have long. Second point, loops of Henle are placed deep into the medulla. Third point, glomeruli are placed close to the inner margin of cortex. Fourth point, less in number, make up about 15% part of the nephrons in kidney. So there are 4 points about juxtamedullary nephrons. Now cortical nephrons have short loop of Henle, just opposite, vice versa. Loops of Henle extend to short distance only. So glomeruli are in the outer cortex. As you know that already we had discussed about glomerulus are present in the outer cortex regions or renal cortex we can say. So fourth point, more common, make up about 85% of the nephrons in kidney. So in this way, this is the differentiation between juxtamedullary nephrons and cortical nephrons. So friends, in this section we will talk about the structures of nephron, types of epithelium and their functions, types of nephrons like juxtamedullary and cortical nephrons. So in this way you can easily understand the structure of nephrons.